Ever since I was in high school, I knew that I would eventually go into psychology in a school setting. Prior to starting my iSearch, I knew one could not become a school psychologist with a high school diploma or associate's degree. I knew even my bachelor's degree wouldn't be enough. My goal was to find out how much schooling exactly was needed to be a school psychologist. I watched videos on YouTube that interviewed school psychologists, watched a documentary on African Americans in school psychology, and researched on websites to find out what degrees I would need to achieve to become a school psychologist and how long it would take. My school psychologist, Sherry, from high school, has stayed in contact with me ever since I graduated. Although she no longer works at the school, I asked her if we could meet so she could help me with this assignment. I was able to sit in on one of her mediation groups like the ones I used to attend in high school. What I found was that the path of school psychology takes many years of post-secondary schooling, certification, and licensing. Whatever school I would plan on going to for this post-secondary schooling would have to offer a psychology degree and be accredited by the National Association of School Psychologists or the American Psychological Association. Most states require at least a postmaster's degree level of education in order to become certified. The good news is my bachelor's degree does not need to be in psychology in order to be accepted into one of these programs. I will need to earn an education specialist degree, but I can enter the program with a master's degree in arts, science, or education and work to earn an education specialist or doctoral degree. My education specialist degree can also turn into a doctor of education or doctor of philosophy, which is my end goal. In addition to all the school, a national certified school psychologist credential is required. The requirements for this credential are a graduate degree in school psychology, a 1,200-hour internship program, half of which hours must be in a school setting, and to have passed the Praxis 2 school psychology exam. Even though I will be certified, I will still have to attend professional development hours in order to keep my certification. When Sherry and I met, I showed up early to ask her a few questions about her experience getting to where she was today. My first question was obviously, how much school did she go through to become a school psychologist, and what degree did she hold? Turned out, Sherry wasn't a school psychologist at all. She was a licensed clinical social worker and held a master's degree in social work. I had assumed the latter all these years due to my school having so many counselors separately. Once she cleared that up, I asked her what the difference was out of curiosity. She went on to tell me they were similar in many ways, but the main differences were in the training they received. I ended my interview there since I was not interested in being a social worker, and I already knew the pay differences, and regardless of both jobs doing the same things with children, which is why I was doing this in the first place, I wanted that title of doctor, and I liked the path of psychology. I sat in for her group anyway for nostalgia purposes. It relit the passion for me wanting to do what I knew I loved. I am still left wondering, once I complete my bachelor's degree, how close am I to being a school psychologist? Would I need to take any extra courses prior to getting my master's, or is there a path where all of my courses count and I can just keep going? The plan is to teach elementary school until I have had my fill of teaching, since an education background is crucial to being a school psychologist in the school setting. Once I am ready to move on, I can move on to my number one passion, helping children in need and being there for them when they are in emotional turmoil or just needing someone to talk to.